Bati.
Bati.
Batio. Bati.
Bati.
Amanda. Batio. Bati.
Bati.
Batio. Bati.
Bati.
Yo, yo ne le parece yo, 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 yo ne le parece yo, yo,
yo.
Amanda. Speak, speak, honorable AG, speak, 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 honorable AG, speak, speak. Aluta. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our dear, hard-working and committed partisans of the Unity Party, members of the media, our distinguished and distinguished colleagues in the youth community of the UP, it is my very humble and distinguished honor to invite your presence here at the party's national headquarters here in Congo Town, where the governing Unity Party is about to start the wonderful and long-awaited press conference. We'll focus on the special senatorial elections and specific emphasis on the Monserrate County special senatorial election. I'm very humble, very honored. I'm very pleased to now invite the National Secretary General, Comrade Honorable Wimon Pei, who is going to present the special statement on behalf of the governing Unity Party, focusing on these issues I've just listed. Thank you so very kindly. The Secretary General.
Wake up! Wake up! Young people, wake up! Wake up! Amanda! Amanda!
Thank you. Very quickly, let me recognize the presence of our National Youth Chairman, who concomitantly is the Vice Chair of the Unity Party. Let me also recognize the presence of some of our distinguished and committed cadres of the party, Honorable Martin Colley. Let me also recognize Honorable Alexander Swa, who is a party stalwart, very committed, and also an assistant minister in government. Let me also recognize Comrade Militant Robert Bestman, who is also an assistant minister and in the leadership of the Monserrate County Youth Congress. Let me also recognize Comrade Robert Jackson, who is the chair of the Monserrate County Youth Congress. Let me recognize, please forgive me if I skip, let me recognize all of our district coordinators, Comrade Kane and your colleagues from across the districts of Monserrate. It's a pleasure to have you. And lastly, but not the least, Comrade Militant Stephen Newer, in whose county we sit and for whose purpose we are here. And Abba Bala is here, a member of the national leadership of the Youth Congress and distinguished members of the press. You are welcome to our national headquarters. As you are aware, it is our policy to speak on issues only after we have gathered all of the facts, weighed the circumstances, and verified our sources. We never will speak to please anyone. We never will speak to offend anyone. But if what we say hurts anyone or any group, then it is because the adage that the truth hurts is very true. Toward the end of last week, we were awakened to news reports that Mr. Ali Sila, our candidate for the Monserrate County senatorial race, has written the National Elections Commission, quote, withdrawing his candidature for an unstated, quote, health reason. This news came to us as a total surprise. Even more disturbing for us is that we had no knowledge about Mr. Silah's departure from the country. It would have been reasonable had he given us a telephone call or simply sent us an SMS text message to inform us. Yet, to our full knowledge, this did not happen at all. We wonder why. To be frank, ladies and gentlemen of the press, we heard about Mr. Silah's departure only last week, about the same time that the news first broke out. This raises questions that only he, Mr. Silah, can answer. Could it be that his, quote, health condition had deteriorated to such a terminal point that there was no time to inform the Unity Party? The leadership of the Unity Party received this news with utter disbelief. All we can, however, say here is to urge our members, enthusiasts, sympathizers, and friends of the Unity Party not to be deceived by the lie that the UP was written on this important subject. We had no idea that this was coming and that this had happened. Besides, it is important to recall here that Mr. Silah was chosen by delegates from our Montserrado County branch during a nomination process right here in this very conference hall. His selection was in fulfillment of our party's policy of inclusion and reflects, once more, our great diversity. He was chosen by consensus among the assembled delegates, consistent with the new election law of 1986, as amended in 2003 and 2004 respectively. We signed his nomination papers and subsequently filed those with the National Elections Commission. Why then would anyone with a gusto for credibility lend any credence to the falsehood that Mr. Silah, quote, did not enjoy support from the Unity Party leadership? What a lie from cowards who appear to have sold out their humanity for crumbs.
Speak, more class Secretary General, speak.
There was no time during which Mr. Silah ever hinted the National Secretariat or a member of the party's leadership about any potential health problem. When did he develop this health problem? Did this problem develop at the time consultations on the new date for the special senatorial elections were being concluded? We hope that there can be an answer to this puzzle. But this lie was exposed last week when the National Elections Commission informed the Liberians and the world that there was no notice of withdrawal from the nominating party, just as was done with the filing of the nomination papers. In fact, we know the procedures and regulations governing candidate nomination and withdrawal. We could never have employed any unorthodox method if we wanted to disengage. But in any case, history and posterity will judge between Mr. Silah and the Unity Party. So, we must now brace ourselves for any eventuality. However, we must learn from this unfortunate situation and make the evaluation of those seeking our party's nomination in the future more stringent and rigorous. We must prepare to counter those who appear to be bent on destroying our party and its legacy. So much was at stake yesterday in this country. So much is at stake today. And still so much more will be at stake during and after the special senatorial elections. This is the final frontier for Liberia. Let me state here that we are parading a slate of candidates that will bear our standard during the special senatorial elections. We have candidates in Sino. We have a candidate in Maryland County. We have a candidate in Grand Cape Mount County. We have a candidate in Lofa County. We have candidates in Bong, in Mbomi, in River Cess, in Grand Cru, in Margibi, in River G, and in Gbapolo County, respectively. Our support for those candidates is firm. We are doing everything to support their campaign activities, and this is our focus right now. Make no mistake about this. The National Executive Committee of the Unity Party has taken and will take no decision to support Robert Salih. We are convinced that while this Salih may have become rich overnight, he lacks the moral credentials and credibility to earn our party's trust. Therefore, any member, whether local officer or member of the National Executive Committee, pledging support to him is doing so at his or her own risk. Besides, it will be foolhardy for any member and leader of the Unity Party to support a man whose conduct and activities have been the trademark of an avowed enemy. Moreover, any member seen or caught undermining any of our candidates will be treated as an enemy of the Unity Party, like Robert Salih. Also, we appreciate the deep emotions that the unexpected situation of last week has generated. We, however, urge all of our members to exercise restraint and demonstrate, as always, the same highest degree of maturity with which we have conducted ourselves, even in the midst of growing hostilities against our party. The marauding bands of individuals with appalling moral deficiencies who have nothing to offer and will be crushed in their mischief. We cannot allow Liberia to fall prey to their whims and caprices. This will be the most horrible crime of the 21st century. Furthermore, the development of last week has heightened a concern that we have raised since 2012. More than 2 years ago, we raised the alarm bells about the creeping tentacles of Robert Salih. We alerted Liberians and the world to his unacceptable conduct and anti-UP activities and utterances. We complained that he was an emerging monster determined to impose his abominable will on our society. We have every reason to believe that this Salih is determined to undermine the Unity Party. This he is pursuing religiously, using privileges and resources that he did not have 9 years ago. His open contempt for our party was displayed during a recent meeting with some representatives of the Monserrado County Youth Congress. In the meeting of Tuesday, October the 25th, 2014, which he had called, Robert Salih heard insults at the UP and its leadership. He went as far as describing the assembled youth leaders as malnourished, quote. He threatened that they, quote, will remain poor for the next 3 years of this administration if they don't support his senatorial bid, unquote. This is no idle threat, and we detest it in the strongest terms. We must stop this creeping monster once and for all. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it will surprise you that the meeting with some UP youth leaders was held in the UNDP renovated office block of the National Commission on Small Arms. This is a public building from which Robert Sirleaf has been planning and executing his activities for the special senatorial election. At a time when appointed public officials that are candidates have all resigned their posts and surrendered vehicles entrusted to them, it is despicable that this Sirleaf, also a candidate, will use a public building for his political activities. Could this be an attempt to undermine the credibility of the electoral process? We call on the National Elections Commission to swiftly address this situation. As in previous elections, there must be no sacred cow. Honor our electoral system, and consistent with the new election law, all candidates must be treated fairly and equally, and all must be made to play by the rules. There is no exception. We are also aware that Robert Sirleaf is undermining our party in Grand Cape Mount County, where our national chairman is contesting for the Senate. Of course, we have no doubt that this is a fruitless venture. However, it is important to expose this. We are aware of his conduct and anti-UP activities. We call on all cadres, local leaders, members, supporters, and friends of the Unity Party not to grant him any courtesy whatsoever. Our patience has run out. No longer will we tolerate Robert Sirleaf's unprovoked actions against us. Although not so privileged as he is to reap from where we did not sow, we will yet expose his grand design. Henceforth, we will treat him as an enemy. He was no friend of the Unity Party yesterday, is no friend even now, and will not be a friend in decades to come. Robert Sirleaf was never a humanitarian before this era. He never is even today. He deserves not the least of courtesies from any local chapter of the Unity Party. Enough is enough. Either we stop this Sirleaf now, or he will plunge Liberia right back into its almost forgotten dark past. This madness has to end. Of course, we knew right from the onset that Robert Sirleaf would be a serious distraction, one that could have been avoided. We sounded this warning more than 2 years ago. We foresaw that detractors will find an easy scapegoat in this Sirleaf. If care is not taken, he will destroy the purpose of our nation. The Unity Party will stop Robert Sirleaf now, or he will alter the course of Liberia's history in the 21st century. We have come too far to return to the dark days of the past. Our people have grown too sophisticated to be lured again into another den of greedy men. It is obligatory on our part to highlight the threat that Robert Sirleaf's unregulated conduct poses to our nation. His senatorial bid is only a shadow of bigger things to come. Let me repeat. His senatorial bid is only a shadow of bigger things to come. Robert Sirleaf wants to be the next president of Liberia, a situation that could provoke yet another crisis. Besides, what moral compunction will a senator without a family have or feel? The Senate is a platform, not a target. If Liberians disapprove of a Ure presidency, how much more would they detest a Robert Salib one? We will bury his ambition right here in Monserrado County. Furthermore, the poverty that Robert Salib referred to during his meeting with some of our progressive and conscious youth leaders is not by choice. This poverty was inflicted by the wrong actions and decisions of the past. It is this wrong course that our party was elected in 2005, long before Robert Salib came to Liberia to correct. We cannot be forced back. Let me use this medium to also clarify that the National Executive Committee is not aware of any change or decision to support any candidate so far. Let me stress this again. Let me use this occasion to clarify that the National Executive Committee of the Unity Party is not aware of any decision, has not taken any decision yet to support anyone in Monserrado County. Let me also use this occasion to stress that that there is no change. There has been no change. We have been informed about no change within the leadership of the Unity Party Legislative Caucus. Representative Mariam B. Fofana of Lofa County is the chair of the UP Legislative Caucus. She was duly elected right here in this very conference hall. It must be stressed here that our party is governed by rules. Therefore, yesterday's unilateral action by Representatives Bill Tuawe, Henry Famimule, Edwin Snow, endorsing Mr. George Weah's candidacy is unacceptable. This action will never go unpunished. Their action is condemnable. We have taken no decision to support anyone yet. The majority of members of the UP Legislative Caucus are responsible leaders who think before they act. You cannot pledge support to a candidate under falsehood, as displayed yesterday when Representative Bill Tuawe impersonated as chair of the Legislative Caucus. This is an insult to members of that august body and an embarrassment to the very institution that gave Representative Tuawe and others the platform that they are misusing. Finally, let me use this opportunity to commend our standard bearer for donating a brand new double cabin Nissan vehicle to facilitate the coordination work of the National Secretariat. We applaud this move, and this has enhanced our capacity to coordinate. This donation has added value to our work, and we can assure all of our partisans across, all of our candidates, that we will use this facility to support all of their campaign activities across the country. Finally, let me thank you, members of the press, for honoring our invitation. And let me thank all of you. God bless you. God bless Liberia. God bless the Unity Party.
Excellent. Please have a seat. seat. The press conference is not over yet. The press conference is not over yet. Please have your seat. Partisans.
Right.
The press conference is not over yet. Please have your seat. We want to thank the Secretary General for speaking the voice, the view, and the opinion of the partisans across the landscape of Liberia. Thank you.
Well, that's it here this evening. I want to say welcome to all of you. 19 minutes past 8 o'clock in Liberia, and it's great to have all of you on the show here this evening. You just listened to the former Secretary General who rise to the rank of chairman of the Unity Party. That was his position on the behavior or attitude of Robert Salif during the 2017 election, if I get that right. In tonight's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Honorable Mohammed MSG1 Keita. Mohammed is the president of EULA. He joined us here tonight on the show as we discuss a couple of things, including EULA upcoming national elections to us. Well, my brother, the Tapita Ambassador Chris Sili is in the back. Let's do him the due diligence and bring him on here this evening. Chris, good evening. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm doing great. It's my pleasure once again to be on the show this evening. I'm happy to be here, brother.
But it's great to have you. I'm seeing the president already in the back, and I think not to be held in contempt, we have to bring him on. I know you have been doing a couple of works both in the States and in Liberia, from their women angle to the organization itself and all of that. So as he joined us here tonight on the show to discuss issues affecting the Liberian community in the United States, to discuss the upcoming convention and the election, and to also discuss the role of EULA in matters of interest to the Liberian people at home and abroad. What are your expectations? Let's hear you very shortly before we bring him on.
As I said, it's my honor again to be here. And as we remember, I'm also an executive member of EULA. I'm a membership committee chair of EULA. So we look forward to the upcoming election, also the convention in Atlanta, Georgia. And I hope that the president who have been very instrumental in making things happen, who have been very, very the engines of EULA today in America, where you see Liberian voices have been heard across the globe. He's going to elaborate tonight to inform the public how far EULA have come. And we look forward to having a very great show tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's bring on the president. Good evening. How are you doing this evening, President?
Good evening, my brother. It's an honor to be here tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you on here. Really great to have you. I've heard a lot about you, Mr. President, hosting you on this show here today. I don't know what I should say. It's a privilege and an opportunity to host you. Welcome to the show and welcome to, let me say, Nimba County officially. How you doing, Chief?
Good. Thank you.
Well, let's get into the conversation. But before we do that, are you a sports guy? Do you love sports?
Well, actually, I used to play before, but I'm a kind of emotional person when it comes to winning. So either Liberia is winning, then I'll watch the game. If Liberia is not winning, then I'm out of there.
Oh,
okay. Absolutely.
Well, it's great to have you on here. A lot of people listening to you have heard the name Mohammed MSG1 Keita. Some of them know you in person. But our old ladies who are listening to you via radio in Nimba County don't really know who you are. Please introduce yourself for us briefly, your name, where you hail from in Liberia, a bit of your educational background to inspire the young people listening to you right now. I think we should start a conversation from there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My name is Mohammed MSG1 Keita. For those who know me, my name is Meme. If you're from Nimba County, they will know who Meme is. I actually born and raised in Nimba County. I went to JWPS school, and from there I went to Ganda Methodist. Then I graduated from St. Johnny Junior High School in Kanta. went to Booker T. Washington Institute, where I graduated from. Then from there, I went to Katna, then I matriculated to University of Liberia. Then from there, the war brought me here in America. I came to Nile University, where I obtained my degrees, and I'm a professional business person. I'm a realtor, so that's what I do for business. I play a little bit of politics, but my aim here is to make sure that Liberia is on the global stage. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you on here. I didn't know you were a Nima man. When someone sent me your profile, they said you want to serve as president of UNICO. I was like, what? You serious? Say Muhammad is a Nima man. It's like, oh, nah, that's not true. But again, it's great to have you here. I'm proud to have you on the show here this evening. What is EULA? How long you've been serving EULA as president?
Well, this is my third year serving EULA as president of this great organization. EULA was founded in 1974, July 4th. 4 years after that, before we even put UNICO put together. So we just back to back, and this organization was founded mainly as a, with group of students, put things together and whatnot. Mainly at that time, the political activity in Liberia was only limited to few. And I want to make sure that every Liberian take part in politics to make sure that our franchise exercise their right correctly. That's what EULA are funded for. And also to have an equal opportunity for every one of us. So it can't just be one few people, to do things. So EULA been existing for 52 years. We're going to the 53rd year pretty soon, more than half a century. And those people who built EULA put together, those are our forefathers, our mothers, our sisters, and our brothers that did that thing and put EULA together. And EULA is strong, and they built a bridge for us. So at this time, from human rights and also the advocacy, EULA is extending its way towards a building of structure, which should be beneficial to all Liberians in and out. So that's what EULA is about. So this year, we'll come to that for the convention and whatnot. But EULA is great.
So before we go to the convention and everything, let's start firstly with EULA recent activities in Liberia. What have been some of the activities you've been undertaking in Liberia of late?
Yeah, one of the greatest things, actually, the achievement of EULA is that, we open, let's say, EULA branch in Liberia. So EULA is a legal organization right now in Liberia. But before that time, EULA have been involved with a whole lot of activities. And one of the things that EULA looked at during the time of the Ebola and also the COVID-19, we found out that our health system was really terrible. So what EULA is trying to do is to build a medical center in Liberia, which will cater to the need of the Liberian people, and also education center and also a banking institution right there in Monrovia, in Liberia as well, that will help our people. And if you look, most Liberian, those who have dialysis, except those in power that got money, they can easily go to Ghana for dialysis or to come to travel to Europe and whatnot for dialysis and all those stuff. But some of our brothers and sisters and our mother don't have the means. Either they had kidney trouble, they stayed there, they died, nothing happened, everything went down. So we are trying to build a medical center that will help most Liberians, especially those that are in America here. Some of our brothers and sisters have the dialysis. They can't travel anymore. Then one of our old man right now, I've been attending him most of the time, but he cannot travel because there's nothing in Liberia that will keep him online. So those are some of the activities actually we've been working on. And last year, Christmas, during the season, and EULA was there too to feed over 22, almost 4,000 people with food. It's EULA way of telling the people, thank you for helping us. And we've done all those things. And we had a women empowerment at this time to say no to drugs. And pretty soon you will see that on the ground in Liberia to help Liberian people, our youth, the generation that coming after us, to take care of our country, to free Liberia from anything when it comes to drugs. Thank you.
Great. Now, this leads me to my next question. Recently, we saw Eulah's statement on the issue of the liberalization, where we saw a report that was a bill from Senator April Ndaris Dillon that there should be a fees charge when it comes to remittance to Liberia by Liberians abroad. But it was endorsed by some Liberian organization in the states there. But then we saw a statement from Eulah distancing herself from that endorsement. Tell us the organization official statement or official stand on the issue of charges on remittance to the ordinary Liberian people.
Well, look, Eulah is not against Liberian giving their daily fee to give it to Liberian people that will protect and carry development in our country. We send over almost $1 billion every year from all over the world. We've been doing it and we'll keep on doing it. But if you want to do something, you make sure everybody part of it. But when we heard that Eulah endorsed it, that was our concern raised. We did not endorse anything of that nature. Now, if anything of such will be endorsed by Eulah, obviously we want it to be in the interest of the Liberian people. This is a government that is in place today. Whatever fund that's coming from Liberian people here to help our county in Liberia, obviously we should be in the know. We don't want to give something. Then today, this is a government here that agree with us. When you know the next government come, first of all, the first thing they will say, this is a government property, therefore this is a government money. We want this money to be allocated in a way that we ourselves, we can be the overseer for it and whatnot. But there are a lot that we still working on. And we are thankful to the government, especially to Honorable Dillon. He brought that thing out and whatnot. But let's do it right. Let's do it right. If you will take dollar from us, let's know what the dollar is going for. That's what it's about. So to say we endorse it, no, Eulah did not endorse it, but we are working on it to make sure that every Liberian interest prevail, especially those that are in Liberia.
So there have been so many different versions or different statements surrounding this entire thing. I want us to take a little bit of time on it, and we'll go to the convention aspect. Now, other people in the States have been saying we need some kind of dividend for the money or the charges you'll be taking from our people. For example, we need to get involved with decision-making process in the country. What are some of the recommendations that you guys are making to the government so that you can work together in building the infrastructure of Liberia?
Well, if you look at the other African country, the diaspora had most of the African country, you see their country, there's a place there for the diaspora Liberia, for the diaspora citizen of their country. Some of the things we're working on right now to make sure that it works for us is the other country voting. And also for them to give us a seat on the bench in the house there so we can have something to say, the voice of the people. Because when it comes to the election, the politician will run here. All they're coming for is a little money that we are making here. He wants for us to give you 50 cents out of that, $1 out of that, then you go and run your campaign. But this time around, at least if they put on the ballot to say we can vote outside Liberia, and let's get it in clear. When we say voting outside Liberia, it's not just United States of America, it's not just Europe, even in Africa. I mean, you look, just the other day, I don't know which country was it Guinea or one country, one African country, their citizens were going to the stadium to vote. Diaspora, their citizens were going on the pool to vote for, in their country. We don't have that.
I know of Gabon, where some of the citizens voted online too as well.
That's right. Right here in the United States, where we are. During the time of voting, the Guinean voting right here from the embassy, the Nigerian, the Ghanaian. But Liberian, we have to struggle to take the airplane, get in a plane and pay $2,000, $3,000 just to go get one vote. If the government, if the Liberian people will give us a chance, the other country voting, let's perform it right outside Liberia. It will help us. We are appealing for us to have a voice in the house, decision making there. So when we send money and this money is kept there for the Liberian people, we have a saying. But you take everything away from us. We don't have vote. We can't vote. We can't do anything. When a politician come here and take our money and they go on by their business. This time around, we want you to be, you coming here, you coming for our vote, not our money. That's all we're looking at. That's the interest we're looking for. And not so much for us to vote that somebody running to be president of Liberia. No, we just want to get our right. The same way we got dual citizenship right, the same thing one get out of country voting right. And that's what we're working on. And then also we are thankful to most of the senator, the Liberian, House of Representatives. They were really helpful to us during the time of dual citizenship and whatnot. So those are some of the things we're looking at.
So when you talk about you need to have a space in a house, can you expand on it a little bit?
Well, here is it.
Mm-hmm.
You have people in a house, there's a decision always. Like for instance, here the remittance they're talking about. We want to submit a document, but we have no voice. If we will submit a document to say, listen, take $1 from us, and that dollar they keep it somewhere. But we want to be there when the decision of that is taken, if the voting is taken in the house, let's have that same right. So we can easily campaign to make sure that whatever is placed there is in the protection of the Liberian people, and not just one group of people. Whatever will happen to that, we have a voice on the ground. But if we're outside, like the two I said, they're outside, they got no voice, they got no means, obviously, they will like we are nothing. We give the money and we can't follow it up. So what we're saying here, when we are in a house, we can make decisions. We can even take a vote. So where the vote ties somehow, we will come in to make sure that that vote is open for all Liberians. That's some of the things we're talking about. Give us a seat. We're not looking for a big seat. Give us at least 10 seats. Let's occupy in the house. Say diaspora Liberian seat. So that will help us. And a lot of African countries practicing it. When in Liberia.
Mr. President, technically speaking, the house has been occupied by diaspora Liberians. If you look at those people who contest in Liberia, there are people who live their entire life in the States and come back to Liberia during election period. They contest, they are fortunate to win. Why is it that you can liaise around these same people and see how best some of your requests can go through? I know at the House of Representatives, you have a lot of friends there who lived in the U.S. They have their entire family in the U.S. They school in the U.S. They are part of the ULA organization. Why can't you liaise around them?
Well, here is it. One of the best things, I like that question. But the question is, the man in the house, is he here? How well is he seeking the Liberian people in the diaspora? Is he here? He's not. He is there representing his area. Let's say this man is a senator from Maserati County. He's a senator for Nimba County. What do you think you're going to seek most? What we're looking for is we want representative from the diaspora. Let our acronym need be there to represent us. That's all. At least we'll know we got somebody there. I know some of our colleagues there, we all went to school together, we all were in ULA and whatnot, but they are representing a district area where their concern is. But with us, we want it to be diaspora, so it'll be marked. So your purpose of being there is to seek the interests of the Liberian people outside Liberia, and also Liberia, as well in the country. So that's it.
Sir, we are taking a bit of time on this before we go to the convention team. A lot of people want to hear from you. Thankfully, we have you here tonight. The president, when he came to the States to visit the diaspora community, he mentioned one thing to the diaspora, and that you guys should, climb one step up the ladder from sending remittance to the people of Liberia and investing into the country, infrastructure development. What is the position on that statement? What is ULA position on that statement? And how have ULA been working together as, diaspora community to carry back companies, to carry back development to the country, to improve the country?
Sometimes that's what, ULA is working very hard now to come up with a complete history of what is happening in Liberia. especially Liberian that already invested in the country. I can name a few. Liberian open multi-million-dollar business in Liberia. Some of our brothers, if you check Tinga Village Junction, a Liberian, diaspora Liberian, who left a business from here and went to Liberia to open business. And he's doing well. That's multi-million-dollar business there. He lived right here in the United States. I don't want to talk about myself. We're all investing in Liberia. I'm a real estate person. I invested in that as well. Some of our Liberian brothers invested in radio stations. Some of them are doing a lot. Building houses. Like the brother who's here, at the same time, building houses for people in Liberia. Those are all part of the thing that we're doing. Because God has blessed us here in the diaspora. So it's about time for us to give back to our country. That's what we're doing. But one of the areas that we're really seeking for it to really work for everyone of us is trust. It's trust. We hear, some of us, we try our best to send a little couple of whatever money we send to that place there. I need to put out something. But it has come to a time that we ourselves have to be on the ground. And I like the way the president said. He said, bring development. This time, the development will carry in Liberia that will already have it there. We will follow it up. Like I used to sit here and say things. I'm not doing it no more. If I send a container, I send a machine, I won't be inside the container myself. When I get there, let me put it down. Because if I'm not there, it's not going to work. These are some of the frustrations we went through. But today, the diaspora Liberia has invested a lot in the country. And some of them very good. Some of them taking part in contract in Liberia. One of our brother who he was living here, he got a contract to build that road from how do you call the place? From what the place, man? Douala Junction all the way, towards the bridge. He was living here. He carried development in Liberia. And the development, it is not only just the money. Someone left from here to go to Liberia and teach at the University of Liberia, teach at Cottonwood University, teach other places. And the God help her, you like get through with the building we're talking about. There'll be a special place to teach. And that place is only going to be there for people to volunteer. And I'll be number one to volunteer my services to go and teach in that place to help our people.
Since you took over as president of EULA, have you had the opportunity where EULA have made any other recommendation to the government as to how to improve the country forward?
Yes. Since we took over, we done that. One of the main area that when we took over, it was the yo-yo that were in the house. With regard to the speaker issue and whatnot, that took most of our time. And those are some of the things that really derail the process, the progress of our country. While we're fighting for justice, at the same time, you're fighting to make sure you survive. So EULA, we didn't go there to say we're attacking someone, but we make sure that at least justice prevail. And our letter was sent out to the government of Liberia, to make sure that things work for our country. Peace exists in our country. So we have done that. Even the issue that took place during the border of Guinea and Liberia, we also sent a letter to the government of Liberia. Those are part of the area that we try to improve, to things to be improved. And we appeal to the government. Despite everything happening, I know you're quiet down, but get to the bottom of it. What happened? What led to the genesis, or what happened to the border there? So we can avoid the same thing to happen again. It could happen in Nima County. It could happen anywhere, Grand Bazaar. It could happen anywhere in those areas that are connected to the borderline. So those are some of the things we recommended to the government of Liberia. We also appeal to the government of Liberia that gave us dual citizenship. It went through. We also appeal to the government of Liberia now is that at least give us a chance to vote outside Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you so much. If you just joined us here this evening, you're listening to the Heat Tower. We have with us ULA National Executive President, Honorable Mohammed MSG1 Keita. He joined us here tonight on the show to discuss a couple of issues. Now, this will be our second to the last topic, and we'll go to the convention stuff. ULA, through its Women Empowerment Committee program, have been investing a lot lately into a drug issue in Liberia. Recently, there was a seizure of 19.2 million worth of drug at the Roberts International Airport. What have been ULA's stand on that issue, or what is the stand of ULA on that issue?
You know, from day one, ULA stand on the drug issue in Liberia is not just right now, not because 19 point some more million dollars issue. There have been more than 19 point some more million dollar issue in Liberia without us. It's just that we just saw this one here. But ULA have not even come up with any major position statement to that effect. But it is so, embarrassing to the fact that some of us outside, like it was on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, at the university, and in Buffalo. I was not Buffalo. I'm so sorry. I was called to speak, and when you call Liberia, and after that, someone called me. Liberia is a drug-free country. I said, yes. I said, but what is happening? I said, well, we don't know. But our country is not like that. So the issue in Liberia, it is not the government, white guy government. It's a stigma on every Liberian. Because when you put your hand up and say, I'm a Liberian, and they say that your country has been used for drug trafficking, my brother, it's embarrassing. Even you talk about corruption, say we can play with a drug, something that can destroy the nation. United States went through the same thing here. The drug cartel, they took over the country. They were all over. That's why the mafia were there. They control all the shopping center, anything for that matter. But this country fought to make sure that country prevailed. Even though ULA have not taken a step on it. But we appeal to the government. And then we appeal to Liberian, please. We beg you. If you empower, and first of all, I'm thankful to the brother who refused to help, if it is true. He refused $20,000. How much is $20,000 in Liberia? I challenge you, $20,000 when I even carry you anywhere to build a house. If it is true, he's commendable. We tell him thank you. Do everything when it comes to drugs. Protect our country. The country is too small. We got history. This country, Liberia, is blessed. But we beg you, don't take money from drug dealer whatsoever just because you want to sell a beautiful car, you want to be called this person. You're destroying the fabric of this country here. That money can't help you. For those who taking money illegally, you're taking money from drug something, God is there. But believe me, it will never benefit you. We appeal to everybody. Government trying their best, but we appeal to ordinary Liberian. Stop the drug business. It's not good. We beg you. But pretty soon, after meeting hopefully with the Liberian, especially ULA chapter leaders, the leadership council, the board of directors, will come up with a position statement. Nothing is late. But we appeal to every Liberian. Thank you.
Thank you. We will go to the convention shortly. Now, let's go to the natural resources of Liberia.
Okay.
Liberia is very rich in everything from iron ore, diamond, gold, and all of that. Citizens have been complaining when it comes to how concession agreements have been signed between the government and concessionaires. While that been ULA's own stand as to advising the government on this is how we should proceed to build our country, because it's not just telling diaspora Liberian that come to Liberia with your money you've made in the United States to build the country. It's also about what the country will give in return to her own citizens. So what have been, your communication with the executive when it comes to signing these different concession agreement. We are told that a lot of concession agreement in the pipeline already. Some of them are before the executive, they are reviewing them. What have been your own recommendations to the government?
Well, ULA been recommending for very long time, despite ULA, advocacy for human rights and other things. That concession agreement there is it is very unfortunate. People that used to give off flyer, when they leave Monrovia, they send a flyer to some of our brothers and our sisters. We used to call it Walenye. I couldn't even read. During that time, they used to give the flyer to us. Ganta, Saglipi, Sanipole, going over to Ban, Tapeta, they gave out the flyer. We even carry it. I used to carry some of my flyer. My people they can't even read it. Flyer for politics, flyer to make sure we got it right, to protect the interests of Liberia. It's the same people that gave all these things, same people also disciplined to us. What can we say? I don't want to call name. I wanted the youth that took us from BWI. They brought in Monrovia to demonstrate. Same people that brought to demonstrate in Monrovia are the same people just milking us. What can we do? You like when you talk. But when this person grabbed the power out of him and meet somebody that had something that already been existing, he can't control it or she can't control it, then he move to the next person. He or she cannot control it, he move to the next person. When I went to Liberia, I decided to claim Monrovia. I decided to get a contract to claim Monrovia out. I moved from place to place. I started asking questions. One thing somebody told me is that the contract was given to a Ghanaian company. There's no way you can get it because they spend that money, they spend that time, they never pay them. So anything, if you try to get it, will sue the Liberian government. So I back up. So when you tie us, you tie generationally the way they tie in Firestone. Firestone was put together. We were not born that time, 100 years, or I don't know how many years. And they said when it expired, Jesus, they came back to renew it. You tell Firestone build a tire factory here in this country. It will give job to people. But Firestone take the raw material and bring it here and fix the tire and carry it to us. We don't even have cocoa factory. We don't have no coffee factory. Nothing. We pack everything and send it. Now they say we got gold. Yeah. Gold. They say we got diamond. And believe me, if you put diamond in front of me, I don't know it. But the question is, what is the benefit? And they still sign it. Meta still sign contract. It came from my country. What's the benefit of our people getting? What Liberian people getting out of Meta Steel? Or because you come and send to Australia to serve there and be a medical doctor and all those things. When you come back, there's nothing. I still remember those days when I was little kids. They used to give car to our old man then. Then they take car every year, they change car. I still remember from Saclay Pierre. So when it was stopped, Lanco came. I did my training in Lanco from BWI as a son of Nimba County. The question I asked that time, they said it was a politics. They shut me down as much. I was in my youth age, in the age of 1920. So, see Lamco, for example. When we used to call it Area F, this area here, see, on top of the hill, light 24 hours. But I challenge you, go to Lamco today, you can only see container packed up by Meta Steel. It says signing paper. Generation, our forefather then, from them, coming to our father, then for our father now hating us. Now they're going to hate our children. You still signing concession document. What is the benefit of the Liberian people? We don't even know what's there. Either the present government is forced to sign because it's already existed. The question
So
is,
you think that giving diaspora Liberians the opportunity to serve in both houses, like the House of Legislature and the House of Senate, these things will change?
believe me, a lot of changes will come. Absolutely. Yes. It will come. Because if you will sign any concession document, any agreement with any foreign entity, for God's sake, send it out to Liberian people, let them look at, let them read it. Send it to the student, let them read it. Call us. But everything, they write it. When you finish, they want to have 25 years, they want to have 40 years, they want to have 50 years. My daughter, who never been to Liberia, who fighting to go to Liberia, she asked me a question I couldn't answer. She was going deep into Liberia history about all the documents they signed, but I couldn't answer it because she will be affected after me. So what is it? Every day we're signing paper. What is the benefit? Somebody told me before, I'm not too sure. They say certain concession document they prepare, I don't matter still what. The only thing Liberia getting is 25,000, I think what, 2.5 million, 25 million, how much million? After 200 some more $1 million, Liberia getting how much? I'm not criticizing. I only appealing. Those in power, those who got paid to sign this thing here. If you make mistake, or if you deliberately do it because you're doing it for some, it's going to affect your children, your grandchildren, children to come. It affected some of our past leaders. Go to the loaf of Tokman house. In a bush, go look for door house. It been covered with so grass. Go look for Toba house. That day, they were selling Toba place. I one of those wanted to buy Toba farm. I mean, Tokman farm. Okay? I'm from the village. But I came back to buy Tokman farm. Those are some of the things. If you don't get it right for your people, your generation will suffer. So we appeal to the government. Any document you will sign, let it be the benefit of our people. Not just one day signature, signing paper for a penny. Then the generation suffer it. I don't know how long some of them will be there in Liberia. And then up to today's date, we're still struggling with street, with our road in Nimba County. Look at Burma. Burma. Go see Burma today, holes. Go see Nimba County today, our iron ore all gone. Now we're struggling to get a Guinean iron ore to come back through our own. And we had the best iron ore in the world. Let me not go too far. Because when it comes to Liberia, I'm very emotional about it. When you take people taxes, what people suffer for their right, it hurt me personally. Especially when you touch my country, it hurt me.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. I mean, it's a great conversation here this evening. Now, taking you to the last and final topic. Chris, if you are there, you can join us on this one. Tell us a little bit about the upcoming convention. Where will it be held? Tell us about the election. Will you be contesting too as well? Is this your time to contest?
You talking about me or Chris?
No, to you.
Oh yeah, let me answer the last one. Yes, indeed, I'm contesting, for the second term for us to finish what we started. And this year convention will take place in Atlanta, Georgia from the 25th to the 27th of September 2026 this year in Atlanta, Georgia. And it will be great, trust me. It'll be one of the greatest, convention ever in the history of EULA. Because we are bringing a lot of things on board. The women empowerment will be there Friday to light out their program on Friday. about drug. And we appeal to everybody, please come. Help them. And on Saturday, we'll be having, let's say, a convention meeting, which will be the, mainly by the administration and the people. And that will really help us. And during that time, that's the time EULA policy, some of the policy we have will be signed, by the General Assembly. Because General Assembly or EULA is a higher decision-making body of the organization. And we appeal to everybody to come for you to see for yourself. And it will really be great. And on Saturday, that will be, and I will be having a program in the night too as well. And on Sunday, we'll be going to prayer service. We appeal to all Liberians. You can come from any religion. You are welcome. You can be. Even down to, we still practicing our forefather religion. I'm not talking about the Christianity and the Islam. We still practicing. We still come. Let's pray together. Pray together on Saturday, and hopefully by 11 o'clock the service will be over. We'll be having a cookout hopefully after 12 o'clock. Come and enjoy us, and hopefully the cookout will take place at the park in Atlanta, Georgia, and that will be good. And Honorable our mobilization chairman, thank you so much. You've been really helpful. I don't know how to thank you, but remember, you're coming on board. We're going for the next round. Get ready. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you. Chris, welcome. You can ask 2 questions on this round. Let's try to drill him a little bit because he's a contestant. I don't want you to hold back with all of the difficult questions. You know more about EULA, your executive member, all of that. You got more insight about EULA. So ask all the difficult questions and let's get into some EULA politics here this evening.
John, let me say thank you. Let me say thank you to my president. As I said from the beginning, John, since the president brought us on board, he has been very instrumental. And the leadership now, you can see a lot of young people. I don't know about do that before, but the stage we are now, I think he's our mentor and that we can look up to. So, Mr. President, use the media to say thank you. Thank you for the great job. It's not just I also ask a question, but the president always talk about the convention are coming. So I would like to hear from the president if there's people that we inviting maybe from overseas, either from Canada or from Australia or from Liberia to form part of this program. Then maybe I can say invitation to my main studio there for Uganda to come there. So that's could be my question. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. First of all, let me take back. I forgot about something. I don't want to go deep into counting something or about something, but that's okay. But EULA is moving forward. And believe me, if you see this EULA, this administration, it for a lot of youth, young people. And pretty soon, if you think you're giving the old people a hard time, you're going to get some hot leader after our term. And there'll be young people leading EULA. And trust me, they'll do better than us. With the invitation, waiting from the convention committee, people, hopefully they should be, finishing their document, everything. We'll submit it to the board today or tomorrow. Once the board approve it, the letter will be going, our invitation will be going out for people from outside United States, also in United States as well. We invite people to come, as well. So the invitation will go out pretty soon.
Okay, Junior, I think that's it for my end for now.
All right. I know you don't want to ask your president all the hard question, but permit me to do so before we take of him. I know he's a basic person, but Mr. President, let's get into EULA politics a little bit. Tell us some of the challenges that you face over the years serving as president, that you are going to the convention with a recommendation to the August Party to work on those challenges that you've been facing.
One of the main areas that the challenges we're facing is EULA Constitution. The EULA Constitution is some of the things really open up, and we are thankful to the committee that was carrying with the EULA, Constitution. There are a lot of things we need to touch, because some of the things that left from there were our forefather we have to change some of those things to put in a better progressive way that it will benefit everybody. That will be the interest of every one of us, as well. Those are some of the challenges. And the second one is that for those who sit and ask questions what ULA have done, we take our time to educate them, talk to them. Like the other time, I had to travel all the way to California. And when I got there, some of them, no, I don't want to see this president. We don't want to see no ULA president. No. And I can't blame them. And I'm thankful to the president of California, Sacramento, Madam Angela Canning. She insisted. And believe me, after grabbing the mic to speak to our people, the question that were flying around, when ULA will come here for us to have another convention. We love you, ULA. Same way, we went to Indiana. Dr. Nyavolale is the president for that chapter. It was tough to carry ULA there. When we invited, when after speaking, people were so happy. The question is, you have to open up. You can't sit one place. You have to take your time. Use your own resources to make sure you reach out to Liberian people. You talk to them. Somebody attacked me, not physical, went for a UNICO convention. And the guy looked at me long and said, what you have done? Then I asked him a question. I said, my brother, how did you get here? He said, what? What do you mean? I was here, I got here on TPS. I said, who started TPS? He said, we started here. I said, no, ask your former president of Iowa. ULA started the TPS issue. We fought. We went to the house all the way in Washington, D.C., from state to state, all the way to the house, to make sure that Liberian like you will stay here, that will help our people back home. He said, I don't believe it. I put a Google right away. I said, look here. And he looked at the people that went there. He called me and said, my brother, I'm sorry. See, we got a lot to do to educate people. What you have done. During the time of the Ebola, and also the COVID-19, some all traveled to Liberia to help. Medical doctor that went there. We help. One more. Those are the challenges, and we got a lot to come ahead of us. And one of those, some of the areas like the multi-complex we try to build right now. Mm-hmm. And believe me, I'm thankful to Liberian people in the diaspora. Everybody gets something. People get money. Some people get $25. Some people get $50. Some people get $10. Some people get $5. That's the time I knew Liberian people have Liberian heart. And they decided to stand up to make sure we build a medical center in Liberia. So that I'm telling the people in Liberia, we didn't forget. Our people here, they are ready and willing to work hard. Even when they told us once, to get out of country voting in America, in Europe, or any part outside Liberia is capital intensive. And I stood at that day right there in Washington, D.C. I told the president, Mr. President, how much money do you need for us to do out of country voting? Approve it, we will pay. And Liberian people willing to pay. It can be any $1 million. We are willing to so many challenges. And again,
now,
I want you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, speak of the youth. Speak of the youth. There where I was coming.
And I want youth. I will say this. We have to set the example. We have to set the stage. You see, those our forefathers, they set the stage, they built the bridge. Their only job was to build a bridge to cross. And finally they did it. They built a bridge, we cross. The question of what are we to do for our next generation? Bring the children on board. Bring our youth on board. And show them the path positively. So they will take after us. Don't lead the youth out. And I'm thankful to most of the organization, Liberia organization here. But what I'm coming to say is not because I'm from social place. No. What? Come on, man. Unico, thank you. You know, look at the youth there. You understand? So those are some of the things we're looking up to help our youth. And another thing we're trying to bring on board, hopefully, you know, we did it before, is to make sure that we have some of our youth, help them pay their tuition. Because the other time a student called me, I'm not a Facebook person, but he called and I couldn't understand him. He said, Pape. I said, yeah. Pape. I said, but who you got, Pape? He said, oh, Asaro, boss man. You know, he said, I passed LU test, but I need help. I said, okay. I said, send me your entire information. When that boy, when he wrote, tears set to my eyes. And I help him. I say, improve your writing skill. And again, this is another thing, another appeal to the Liberian government. I don't know how the budget of Liberia looking when it comes to education. But please, we have done the whole with our educational system in the country. And I'm thankful to the education minister when she made her report in Washington, D.C. was perfect. I hope they will continue. Those are the generation that will take over Liberia. If they're not educated, we're going to have a problem. I challenge you, some of the students say, try to write me a letter. My nephew, I graduated so something, I said, write me, give me a whole entire profile. The paragraph couldn't hold. Graduating from LU. So those are some of the things. It's about time we were here to extend our hand back to Liberia and teach, help our youth. So there's a lot coming in EULA. Thank you.
You are going for the convention very soon. How connected have EULA National Executive been to the various chapters? And follow up to that question is EULA in every other states in the US, or you guys are trying to get to all other states in the US?
Well, we in connection with the 27 chapters. With all the chapters, anytime they're having something like the way July 26 is coming, everybody will use one chapter to go there. The VP will use one chapter to go there to speak. The last time I was in Washington, D.C. for the July 26th. Hopefully this year, maybe, I don't know, where I'll be.
Maybe North Dakota. Maybe North Dakota.
I just got communication yesterday for another chapter to go there. You know? So we in connection. Because EULA is a chapter-based organization. It's not by itself. That the chapter make EULA. Because the chapter not there, that's the end of EULA. So we in connection with them. With all the chapters. And all the countries.
Oh, okay, great. So now this will be maybe my final question on this, then we can try to take leave of you to go. I know you're a very busy person. The issue of connecting the US to Liberia have been one of the major discussions around. You are the mother organization of every Liberian community organization in the US. What have you been doing, or how have you been connecting with Monrovia and that of Washington to see how best we can have this kind of mutual relationship where you see other countries like Nigeria, you see a lot of Nigerians go to the UK on a daily basis, the issue of visa processing. It takes very easy process to do that. But Liberia is quite different from that angle. But we have a special history tie with the US. What have EULA been doing to see how best we can get that full connection with US and that of Monrovia or Liberia?
Well, one of the main areas that we're mainly focusing on was make sure that our brothers and sisters here, for them to get a place to sit, place to sleep. Because some of them will live in this country more than 30 years, 35, they don't even have paper. So one of the main areas that we're fighting to make sure for them to get a status in the country, and we liaise with the Liberian government and the embassy here in Washington, D.C. Anytime we go into Washington, D.C. to do anything, we pass through the Liberian government, what we're going to do there and whatnot. So those are some of the connections. And one of the main area of connection right now is we're trying to, I don't want to bring away in from, because somebody that will be talking about that, you know, is to open a finance system between Liberia and United States for us, Liberian. I'll give common example that somebody developed Sandwave. We're trying to develop similar something there, at least which will bring at least more connection also as well. So a lot of time when things happen, we first of all call the Liberian government, tell them exactly what we are and some of the things we're right. You know, at any time we're in Liberia, we'll make sure we visit our senator, our representative. This year I was in Liberia on a private visit, you know, but I took my own time. I went there, I met with the Diaspora Affairs Office. We met with Senator Dillon and some of the representatives as well. We met with them to tell them exactly what we are. So there are a lot to do, a lot.
If elected for the next time as ULA president, what are some of those things that will be on your plate, or what are some of those projects that you will be completing as your final term project?
That's why I mentioned the Constitution. And one of the things that we really want to put on the policy during the assembly is to pass a law that the project we have on the ground to be completed before we take any major project of that nature. Very important. Because every time you take certain project and another person happen to come, if there's no law to keep that project, that person leave, that place become a skeleton. And like the land of ULA, we purchased our land since 2017. But as a new leadership merged in, they forget about it and move on. So we want to pass a law this time, at least, to make sure that we finish that medical center. Believe me, it's one of the meeting on the plate to make sure we finish the medical center. And another thing we're looking up to, make sure we help the women empowerment, we help our brothers and sisters, those are, because right now the women empowerment, they visited a lot of this center, you know, where the rehabilitation center and whatnot, they visited most of the area, you know. So those are some of the things we're looking at again. Because no matter what you do, if you enter a country and you're speaking to this person and he's sniffing, he touching your nose, he touching your eye, he's not understanding anything, he just wants something, you're not gonna get no dollar, nothing, you're by yourself. So we want to make sure people who talk to, they are stabilized. Those are some of the things. Another thing we'll be looking at again, this time around, we want to bring a scholarship. You have done it before, we want to renew it to help our youth. We'll focus mainly in Liberia and from there to United States as well. And people should not look at it that we're trying to help people to come here for you to stay. No, you come here, you study, go back and get a job. You know, so those are the things we'll really be focusing on. And I will be thankful to God if that dialysis center is open. We'll turn it over. We'll manage it to make sure that things work. And I assure the Vice President of Liberia, His Excellency Jeremiah Kuhn, when he came here in Philadelphia, he said, my people, every machine I talk about, we'll get it. But our problem is electricity. Mr. Vice President, we will bring everything. We'll bring a machine, we'll bring electricity, we'll bring doctor to make sure that facility perform 24 hours for our people. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we go, Chris, if you have a question, maybe you can ask, then we will ask the president for the parting comment. You are muted, Chris.
Are you getting me now, Gio?
Yes.
Yeah, someone sent me text that you asked the president. That's why I went off, but I came back on. Mr. President, one of your citizens here in North Dakota have a concern about the diaspora participating in the voting process in Liberia. And the person finally the comment there called Moses Cody. He went on the stuff there. He want to know where do that stand on this, because they think that they came here, they have their case here. In those cases when they were 18, but they decide to be a Liberian, but they don't have voice in decision making. So what Dula doing towards that? So he's like ask that question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, you are really fighting very hard. If you watch the news, even last week, information went out again for the out of country voting here. We'll make sure that this out of country voting, it will work. We're working with the Liberian government. Right now, it's on the floor. Eula was in Liberia this year. This year and last year for the same out of country voting too as well. You are right. Our children, like my daughter, who never been to Liberia, but when it comes to GB Sushi, one of the best, never been to Liberia before, to see how much they love Liberia. They were born here, but they want to exercise their right to vote. So that voting there, we're working it very, very hard. It's 24 hours. And we told the House, anytime you need us, we'll be in Monrovia to defend it. And it's on the floor already. We just praying to God for things to be okay. Honestly, during George Weah time, it was already there. But it couldn't go through because of the election. So we have to start it all over, But believe me, it will go through. 2029, you will vote. Here, Asia, Africa, outside Liberia, you will vote. Thank you.
Grace, is that okay from your end?
Yeah, that's all from my end. That's all.
Thank you. Mr. President, thank you so much for being here this evening. You spent most 1 hour, some minutes here now. And of course, we appreciate your time being on here tonight to discuss some of those major issues within our country. We appreciate your time. In 2 minutes, you can give us your party comment. Maybe there is something we didn't talk about, you want to speak about, then you can do so in your party.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like we said before, EULA convention is this year, September 25th to 27th, this in Atlanta, Georgia. We are appealing to everybody to please come over and to see how best way, we can help each other on the ground. And another thing is that June 30th, which I believe June 30th should be the next week, if I'm not mistaken, the TPS, it will end June 30th. It will end June 30th, and we're looking forward to seeing most of our brothers and sisters having their status here in this country. And at the same time, I know it will end June 30th. We are working very hard to see to it that at least we appeal again, to see if the government will allow us to appeal again, if they can, give another time for those who didn't have the opportunity to really go through with the TPS here. Because some of them got sick, they couldn't even move. Some of them didn't even have the money to do the follow-up. It's been tough on them. So those are some of the things. And please make sure that the time is not there no more, but you can still work on the little time that there. Even if you have started newly, do the follow-up. When they say it will end, it will only end for those who did not apply. But those who apply, your process will still continue until you can finish. And I'm also appealing to our diaspora Liberian. One of the main things I can give a hard time, what are United States, when we outside our country, stay away from crime. Stay away from anything that would jeopardize your activity. Anything for that matter. We know money is sweet. We know sometimes things happen, but try your best. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from taking money that just for one or two things when you know you're in a hole. Like some of our brothers, some of our children, they went for their TPS. They couldn't be qualified because they have a record that really destroyed them. So we asked our youth. I know you like to dance, myself too. I used to dance go to in Ghana. I used to be one of the best dancers. You can ask everybody to to the place. But we took our time. We didn't drink too much. Those days, there was no smoking business there. The only thing used to be there, they used to got palm wine, all those things. 1 hour, we play away a little bit, but we took time. But you make sure you're coming home, don't drink. Don't drink and drive. It's dangerous. In America, when you get that thing on your record, you finish. So stay away from drugs and respect your parents. Respect your father, your mother. No matter what. I don't care what happened when you get in the courtesy. Someone went through the war in Liberia because we respect our mother, our father. That was a covenant between God and us. And I told God, except I didn't respect my mom, you told me to respect my mom and my father. Please let me pass through this area here. That's how I managed to pass through the war, during the war, So please respect your parents. We are here to help. And Liberia, we are here. This is us. We'll never forget you. You built us. You brought us here. And I tell United States government, thank you so much. During the war, you brought us here. You gave us shelter. You gave us hope. God bless this country. God bless Liberia. And may the drug system in Liberia be finalized. May our children stay away from the drug. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you very much for being on here today, Mr. President. Have a pleasant good evening.
Thank you.
Well, Chris, that's it. I know always we stay for post analysis, but we still have some time, so we go off the line and start to play some recording until we exhaust all of the time. But if you want to give us your parting before you leave, that would be okay. But I'm still here. I will play some few recordings from Liberia today, and then we will call it a day at exactly 10 p.m. in Liberia.
Yeah, I will give my parting comment. I was joining you back, but President Keita, if you have the opportunity to work along with him, or to be connected with him, or in connection with him, you understand the person he is. Very humble fellow, very respectful old man. Sometimes he will take phone, call you the nice Mr. Chairperson, I want to do this. Can we do this? And his leadership, I can assure you, have given some of us another direction that today our name have been placed in Jula history. And he pushes you to the world to do the careful thing. When you're working with him, he makes sure he gave you all the direction, and where he took Jula from to where Jula is now, I can assure you that he's doing a great job. And again, Mr. President, thank you. Don't stop there. That should not be the end. When he spoke about the scholarship, I was very passionate about it. We want to see young Liberians live in Liberia. We're going to do master in law here. Young Liberians living for them to do engineering here. Young Liberians living for them to do all so specialized in computer here, so they can go back to contribute to Liberia. It's a good thing, and I'm going to ring, bell in his ear as usual I do, so we can see if 10%, 15%, 30% leave Liberia and come here and get a master either in law, get a master in engineering, so we can go back, or they can go back to contribute to Liberia. So, Mr. President, you have my support. I'm here. We'll make sure your leadership succeeds. And I know in Atlanta, in September, your second term is your win. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
You know why your car got struck like that? You said, no, it's because you want to water. Why we eat the car for? And they brought one sheep for him. And it says, so why you wasting your time passing in the bush? The way you carry it, don't carry a king until the next 9 years. And for sure, they will always vote for him. They did it because he stood for Lima at the time Lima leader meant to stay. And so that's why I tell people, pre-Johnson where he called himself Godfather, he get out lead to himself because of the way the Lima people honor him. That spirit, that respect he carries, not all kind of grace. God gave people different grace. And that's why when Pre-Johnson supported all of us from District 1 all the way, We all won in 2011. He lifted my hand, Ganta, I won. He lifted Prince Tobai in Sanekole, he won. He lifted Ulahe in Campley, he won. Garrison here in Berriga, he won. Across the country, Richard Toy, all of us. To what we find out, because in the morning you ain't not do nothing here without a fire. And when you're not strong, you will get out. All my friends left, I saw one team. I said, man, say I've been riding. I see he get Lord to say he can't eat it one or he can't do it one. I see rope on your waist. I see some kind of ring on your head to say, my man, they my thing I got on my head, ring where I can touch it also. The man fought the whole war. Nothing happened to him. He came back. The people overwhelmingly voted for him with $5 in your pocket. Children go to him for school fee. Before you get it, I don't want to pay your school fee. You ain't see the school I pay Ghana. They will live in anger. Those very many are living in anger. You father they pay us their school fee. Tomorrow when prison they tell them what will cost you, they say they hear the paper talking. It got to be grace. It was not normal. It was God anointing on him. And if you wanted to benefit from that anointing, they needed to go on air. And when you go on air, before you fall on your head, too many things can happen. They can come your head. Too many things can happen. At the time, most of the people you see in Nima today that got problem with me and them got no personal issue. I will not call some of that name. But most of the confusion between me and them are previously finished. Because when previously finished, go make power with you. I say that different place when the confusion gets serious, they say, Jerry, you saying that? They will get in the plow. And after the plow, they see many people who got in that was because of him. And you know, and the kind of men who are dealing with somebody who fought war, fire come from Butro to Morovia. That man, someday you wake up from the cinema and you can come back to him. When you come back to him, you can talk some kind of thing. And that's why many people didn't know the secret between me and him. One time there was confusion in the caucus. Tuna, myself, all one side, previously one side. Previously a funds wagging on one side. And with one side, the confusion was all the way from Kansas City. The elders from Nima called. Now when the music I was playing, when Morris came in and music. So the group was the chairman at the time, the caucus. The elder said, get the chairmanship back to Senator Johnson. People are giving that chairmanship crying. You all them, my man. And people really talking, they'll give it to the man. They give it to him. People took the man and said, when the man came, you will still clap your hand. Now, only the man, they child. And so the Nima people really love him. And because they love him, and all that thing he had in him, everybody thought I was stupid, but I was behind you. I was behind you. I understood him. When he and myself talk in the morning, so that before I leave, all the things we agree on, he not talk differently on the radio in the afternoon. Then I got to go there in the area and say, Baby, I ain't telling why I say, he said, but I don't know, I still take that, let's go back there, he don't leave out here myself. One day he called me, he said, Jerry, that time he now calls me, he called my mom, he called my whole family. So I was fed that day, I went home and sat down. 2 days later, he said, the student? I said, yes, sir. Nothing happened. So I went to his house, he said, my son, let me tell you something. You see, a fire gone from Butro to Morovia. I was not playing. People die. He said, you not kill cow before they not lay cow down, you call it leg before. I said, no. He said, they put cow down, the tie, and you call it leg, you see the blood. You will not sleep you. I'm talking about human being. All that won't happen with me. So some days, don't think can come. When it come, I will say something to you. I mean it. But when I say that thing to you, and it go down, okay now, then you go on the radio, you tell your own. If I come by and say sorry, if I keep saying sorry, the post say something wrong with my head. So I gotta find something in a story to fit on that thing I tell you to keep it. So every time I say something to you, just leave it myself will come out and fix it. And so 2020 the man of my camp gave me message equal 20. Somebody now tell me that he's gonna think about me. The man they're calling me no nowhere. Now one night he called me in the morning. And he said to have press conference in the afternoon. He said 3 o'clock and get out now, have press conference. And I'm supposed to the man again. And we attack the man. Luckily around the church in Go 20. Never can count on there. I saw a part, just in my phone. Wait. I said, don't call me play though. I put it through my ear. I said, anyway, you come around now. Oh, I in the middle of camping, he said, not count, call press conference 3 o'clock. I said, I'm on my way. I started running down. I ran my rover when I got gathered at the chair on my way. I'm going down, I was late. He told me to run to the when the river background, everybody, everybody sat right there, he said right here. We got there. Then he asked me the thing where he thought I want to happen here. When he asked me, I said, but she will take that one. He said, river, so he said, shut up. Where I say? I said, she not true. They said, well, I was like, yeah, he said, but I see her, maybe I call him by But before that time, before I left he finished calling the radio. Jerry, that criminal. Yeah, that. Oh, that. Everybody called me in the morning, my baby got to respond. I said, you need that man, nobody respond. The next day, he called the radio. He said, Jerry is a lawyer's son. He's very obedient. He's a very good man. So he self-facing. And because I knew that's how I work with him successfully. So anytime he attacked, I really got ready to get away from him. When he get okay, I go back. I say, my son, thank you. We're campaigning. I want to talk about it today. Yeah. We're campaigning, we got to Gombu Bowaibli. In that time, on got there, Gombu that member, you're not supposed to be on in the hour in 2023. And then by the time we came in, that 12 hours set and lead the man. Don't let the man who here, family here, so don't say anything negative about the man. He said, okay. And when I sat down, the time came and finished all my own. I said, bring the man. He started attacking the man. The player said, now I want to run for the time. He attacked the man till the man found the pool. I think they got vexed. We were leaving the town, they start choking round too. The car, the children right, they pass the car with shit. I wait in front of him behind me. Then the car stopped. And luckily for us, we had a small Chinese walkie-talkie. Previously got down. He had something I saw single alcohol. He took it, he loaded it, he started walking in the town. The children called me and started running, coming from my car. I ran in front of him. And I know how many prayers I didn't make her going here. I ran, I hit the chest. I said, Senator! And he stood up. And they said, they can't do this. These people are your people. He said, I think you and the other back home. You're not serious about it like that. Thank you. He said, I want you and the other back home. You're not serious about it like that. You tell me I'll leave it. And you let the people intimidate up. When I talked to him, he came down. All the children came around, he came down. When we got to the next time to talk to the people, as soon as we sat down, he called me and said, Jerry, come. Thank you. I'm going to keep you that time today. He said, if I'm going to keep you today, then all of the election. Because the boy, I'm going to grab me and check me. I will not be senator again. Thank you, my son. I said this to say this, if I talk about previous year, we'll talk until Christ come. But this is the God I tell me. And I'm happy that I work with him. Because I see any human being in the world that will give me harder again equal to Prince Johnson. No human being. So I want to put the Prince Johnson work and talk and President Baka will get talk. Who is very humble, beyond humble. How you not making it loud? And that's why I work with the president the way I work with him. The president is a father figure. I don't see him as president for me. I see him as a father. We can be in meeting, President Baka look at me, yell at me. Get outside, I will go outside. Because he's a father figure. So when the children older than me, so I want to thank Senator Johnson in your grave. I know it was tough, but God has treated. You know when you live with your parents or down, and you got a man who can beat you, or you go live with your uncle or your auntie when they whip you. They used to beat you when you're small. When you get big and you succeed, when they come to her, they say, see, if I'm not going to beat you that time, you are not going to be a good human being. If you get beat, nothing can order you, they say, that the same thing I was beating you for because I knew that you were going to end up. But I say to say that I'm grateful to Senator Johnson today, tomorrow, until I meet him where he is. God first, the Nima people second, President Baka third, and him. If it wasn't for him, I will not be here. You know, there are destiny helpers in everybody's life. There are people who comes to play a role in your life. They play that role, they leave. Another person will pick it up and continue. Senator Johnson helped me in politics all my elections. My first time shaking Prince Johnson's hand was 2011. I heard about him. I was small boy during the war. When he was fighting our way in Passa. I saw him one time when he came to Tusa, I think 91, 92. I was a kid. When Chancellor said the kid Prince Johnson body was in Tusa Hospital, Prince Johnson left a call where he came for a body. I was picking in the hospital that day. I'm carrying my auntie. I just saw him walking in the hospital. Where my body? Where my body? My friend I see him. The other time I saw him was doing the cabin time, and but I go close to him. 2011, I was having my rally in Kanta at Avino Hotel. And Nima Caucus have gone to Kanta for meeting, and they were previously was stopping. All the crowd, he said, who wanted to say I want to pay your coin? When I went there, he said, my son, I'm running for president. And so I want you to be representative on my ticket. As I can see, I will talk with my friend that went with me, so we can make a decision. I went to my man, came out to my man, Nelson Brian there. The man said, my man, why are you talking so high? You are going to bring your ticket. Hey, kind of thing. I said, gentlemen, everybody there local. Me, y'all go in your different party, and I will be with him, man. I took a decision. He lifted my hand. I won. 2017, he lifted my hand. I won. Right after the election, I told the people, God, thank you. That I'm not running again. I don't want to be represented again. One morning, I say, now he called me. Where are you? I said, I'm home. He said, come. I went there. He said, get prepared to run for the Senate. I said, baby. Hey, you want me to run there? You got to announce it. He called the radio in my, he announced it. When inside I won. When I won the Senate, I said thank you. They play arena, I play arena. I can't buy it. Let me go do my different thing. I went to China, I brought motorbike, different thing that were represented there. All the representatives were crediting for my wife, I know. One morning the man called me again. He said, my man, where are you? I said, I hear you. He said, come. Get ready to run for president. I'm the president for wedding. Is there for that bureau? I said, hey, Papi, wait till that one for the And you know, he said, I'm going to turn over the party to you. You will be the standard bearer. I will support you. I ran 2 times for president. I'll make it. I got to turn over the baton. And I believe you can make it. I never I can't make it. I don't think talking in a beating. While talking to cut the story long, to cut the story short, President Baga called me. He said, Mama, I want to see you. I went to your house. And previously, when you are living, all the security people, anywhere you go, security men will call you and say, man, that key and so I knew it. So when I entered President Bagaya, while waiting for him to get me in, I text him first. If I in the now, all around 1 o'clock in the morning, I text him. I just said, President Bagaya, someone called President Bagaya, called me and came to see him. So I will call you from here. Because I want somebody call you because these days, my man. Ain't no they think I'm talking you not baba me, eh? They start firing. So President Baga myself met me talk. He said, my son, I need you to support me. I said, okay, Papa, I will talk to my old man. I hear myself to get out, I'm going to get out. So I will talk to him, then we'll get back to you. For sure, soon morning by 5:30, previously with me on my phone rang. You went to former Vice President Baga Hall last night. I think I tell you, check your phone. It's there. He said, what you say? I said, he said, he wants to support you. He said, give me a number. I love the number since 2017. I know you felt me. He can answer for him. I said, President Baga number to him. He called almost 4 or 5 times. President Baga to never have the number. Then he said, my man, I called him, he not answering me. Right? He said, there. I said, no, Chief, let me call somebody there. I called Chief. I said, Chief, tell the former VP that I think that Johnson called him. For sure, as soon as the man picked up the phone with President Baga, he said, 2011, I told you to take me as Vice President. You see, I will quality, I will not quality. Now, quality can win election. I'm telling you, you tell him, my son, yeah, I will be behind you. And now I started to be here today. So God fire and pray amazing. And that's why as long as I live, I will not be able to give family what he can give them. I will try. Anytime I see them, I will chip in. Because gratitude pays. I will listen to just this morning. Thank you, Baby. I'm a team. I want to say thank you. You're a brother. We work together in a 15th term legislature. And we were working together. My major was got one money there. You want to be vice president? And then my man, focus on your district. Win the second term. And you know, the vice president here forget about the team. My man, they are going from Grand Chile to Pastor to the other place. And everybody was sure that President Baga would take Tigma. Why me, what I mean? When they had man look with the men that running back to district 9 here in peace. I don't know, I told you this here. You're going to be with your people, you be looking at that, and if Papa see let you come at you. But you pass it from Grand Chile, you pass it on the other place, you are going to open the beginning, keep behind, the woman keep behind here, over Quackro. It's not here, it's peace. But Tigma always love his home and his place. I want to thank you. Tigma got a giving spirit. You know, giving is not something you can learn. That's something God can put in you. Giving is the fasting. When you see somebody fasting, they will fast for 2-3 days. The person has decided to not eat or drink. So your body needs food, your body needs water, but you deprive the body at that time because you want to please and praise God. Giving is a form of fasting. Your thing right in your pocket where you going to help your children, where you're going to take care of yourself. You just look at it and give it to people. It's a form of fasting. Because when we're supposed to come to you, you're taking it and giving it out. God got to bless you with that spirit. Look, somebody can get money from the whole hall. $1 billion. They know how to give, they will not give. Because they don't have that spirit. And so giving is a form of godliness. And that's why the Bible says, blessed is the hand that giveth. And so Tigma, I want to say thank you. You are a son of a chief. And that's why he always add a chief. Tigma is a giver. Whether you get it or not, you go to Tigma or and you get going, you will kill it. People will be there eating. And everything. And so I'm not surprised that as a minister, the small money he's making, he makes sure he come to the people. When he started the thing where I did my he started to don't confuse me. What do you want to you want to know how wedding? He said, Mama, what I do really better. I'm paying that place, I'm out of there. So we agree on that. So when you're talking, I'm not so proud. And now I told my mentor, forget about that man. That man, I'm really accusing. Leave that man. The best thing you can do is to go close to that man so you ain't get operated. When a man bring in letter, he carry to you, bring it in front, he say, my brother and myself, brother life. Then you benefit from it. Be looking for different way to run. You know, I'm telling you, thing, but what he's doing is within him. It's a God-given talent that is within him. And all of us need to do it. Whether you touch it, I know your money is small as commission, or maybe you make it 150. Okay, 50 now. But that 50 that you make it, and you take pay, and you look right outside your house, right by your house. You see one woman there with 2-3 children, a rough on her, maybe your husband died or he ran away. Give your father, and then that woman say, let God bless you. That thing she said, that serious thing, they're not joking thing. They will go in for a wait for you. I said it before the president, I was saying again, those of you in our government who the president appoint, the president can be anywhere. And you can impact anywhere, impact your hometown. Impact your community, the next house. And the election come 29. And the president will still look at the number he won with and see where he won them from. And you were me in your community and your people didn't vote for the president because you were me, you will not get job. You are talking like president, not talking. I'm just quoting him. If the president empower you, empower somebody, it's a privilege for you to get that job. You're not the only qualified person, you're not the smartest person in the country, but two persons can be there together, that's why you are there. And so if you get there, you mean to yourself. Then tomorrow don't cry about anything. Huh? So all at every level, it may you zoom chi. That's your 3 zoom. Be inside. When somebody says somewhere you go there, you say, I get nothing with that 200 your body person president medicine, I finally remember you. So tomorrow when the president reappoints Zoom Chi, your own Zoom, the president won it clear. Huh? Then they can reappoint you, right? Yeah. Primary chief don't buy your not there because you are elected. But even at that, for you to still know a primary chief, when they say chief, they mean you are a giver. When street enter the time, then you can go work at the car. Hello, I got give me 2 cars. I want chicken. When street enter, you got to take your own rest for your cook. You take your own chicken in the morning. Then you now to the time that street here. Then they will go bring one chicken, and then you can replace your chicken that you gave it at night. I'm saying this to say we all who are privileged to be in position in government, let's help our people. Even in the private sector, look, everybody can have the same way. Think about myself, will bring 100 soldiers there, you know what I want. But buy somebody 200 what they pressure medicine or sugar medicine, they will remember you. Or malaria tablet, they will remember you. So I want to encourage all of us to open our hands. The Supreme spoke of Myanmar unity. And she said Myanmar united are true. Whether it was Johnny Fogatan, we were not here, some of you either know, but there was still small not there. But you go in a town and the whole town is quiet. And everybody said they let you. And nobody thought that fail or stay to their home. Don't sleep in that town. The people are meeting, they won't kill you. And you enter the town. 10 human beings come. The other 2 say, me, I'm going where they can get put there. I'm waiting my town. That time I could play. Sleep there. So everybody will not be happy at the same time. There will be people who will not be happy for different reasons. Some people think that after the bed, I mean for the people. How can I help you with that other one now? The other one, so there's no way to make that other peace. You can't get out made that peace. The only way that peace will solve, let them move for you to say that, and I'm moving too. So I will do it. So it will be like that. But again, the honor is on us. As Vice President of the country, my work is to serve the President. The Constitution says the Vice President will assist the President. And I'm they get Deputy Vice President. When they say assist, it means the person who get it well must call you friend. They must help me on the side. That's why they say the Vice President must sit down over the Senate without vote, because the President can do all the work. He will not call you. So just be on the Senate floor. When the man says, don't you go out there, yeah, I can't buy that thing, go to the grill later. They bring bill, you sign it. When they finish voting, whether you let it bill, you let it bill, you will sign. That's what your work is. I'm privileged to work with a father who will say that and say, Mama can't go so. He called me the few days and said, go to Neymar. See, I said, people invite them for you. I thought to go speak there, go there. And I keep the Neymar yesterday to rap his name. He sent me somewhere Sunday, as I leave from here, I went Ganda, Cottington at the graduation. From there, from Cottington, Saturday, Sunday, I go to Montreal. I thought to be to the airport to go to Europe where the president sent me. And so, as a young man, I'm happy that the president sends me, the president sending me around. And as they say around, small too, you learn small thing too, right? The woman gave me hand and they are calling back. They see the way you're looking at this, okay, when you're looking at this, moving like this, say like this. They are come and make report, right? And so the president myself worked very well in that. Before Senator died, he was across this county. And that's why I believe in happy and grave. He said, Nimba, don't vote for me. And you vote for my son to be vice president. If I die, I will die a happy man. And that's why we must work together. Working together get two ways. Myself got to play my part. And that's why any child Nimba who go on the radio and say anything about me, I will not say anything to him. Because there's virtue in silence. Sometimes You go feel all the emotion, you talk something. When you leader, you gotta take that to talk because words are bullet. When you speak there, it will come back. And so I can show you the errors. You hear me talking, it means there you're not come. We in a room, and I'm talking in our room. Other than that, they will anybody slam and yes sir. I will leave it because their job is a package. You see the convoy I carry? And the good thing inside. You know the bad thing inside, they will cost you, they will cost your man, they will do. So it's a package and you enjoying the convoy too, you're taking the man to everything going together. You gotta be managing it. Now who got you? He want a package too. Eh? You want it, you see, when Madam Taylor was that president, when President, we have a president, Madam Sani was president, who knew her in the country? Hey, Sadiwo, hey, Sadiwo, oh, Sadiwo, oh, Sadiwo. And she did a thing here on the again. The day I'm over, nobody come on the again, but why, yeah? They go, they bow, I get all, I carry with me. The way I will manage in the future and say, and so patience is a virtue. As a leader, be slow to speak. People will get angry when you support yesterday. Imagine the way I'm looking at it. People suppose you to put plea on people. And that one when the superintendent say, I'm a thing man, this people to way talking, that make a fire you cheap. When the president fires you, and point phone flag. They Google to keep talking they are pointing powers with the president. When you be vice president, if the president ever call you to ask you what you think about the person, you must be happy because that's your business. You're not supposed to be talking about appointment with the president. The way our laws are written, the president can sleep and see you in a dream. You're a minister, you see you in a dream. You're running behind your dream, wake up straight. 2 o'clock in the morning, call the president, they fire that man, they fire you. He's supposed to answer you. He wants to see you, will not see you. The power of the executive is in one human being, as the president. And so he can fire. I said dream, after you are near the man. The man that dream, see you running behind your dream, say, if a minister running behind London. Hey, Wednesday, we see that man running there in the apartment, they are firing and they fire you. At that point, there's nothing that president can say. If I'm privileged to hear